Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Casket King here with another video, and I'm here with the historian. What's up, my dude?
What is up, Casket? How are you doing?
Oh, terrible. Just terrible.
Oh, I bet you're better because we've been talking for so long. I bet you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I got someone to talk to,
That is
aren't
true.
you? Are you doing better now than you were doing this morning?
Maybe a little.
Where's Alice? Why isn't Alice been talking or been on the call? What's she doing?
I don't know. She hasn't messaged me.
Okay, topic of discussion. I'm giving a double header here. The two topics are light switches and soap. So, to begin with, light switches. What are your feelings about light switches?
I was once electrocuted by a light switch.
How were you electrocuted by a light switch?
I didn't have a cover and I had wet hands.
Where was this at?
This is back when I lived in Holiday.
Holiday, Florida? Or Holiday,
Yeah,
Texas? Holiday, Florida. Where are you living? Are you living in a motel or a house?
I'm in a trailer.
Okay, you're living in a trailer in Holiday, Florida. What's the trailer like? Who's living in the trailer with you?
It's me, my dad, and another family.
Oh, this is the trailer with the other family.
Yeah.
Describe this trailer for the fans because I don't know if the fans know about this stage in your life, but it's you, it's your dad, and it's another family. And if I remember correctly, while you're in the same sort of trailer park, maybe you had your own trailer and then you moved into a trailer with another family.
Sort of, yeah.
How did it work? Explain it.
Well, we lived in Holiday's trailer, had a big living room, and it was kind of attached to the kitchen. And then there were like two bedrooms, two baths.
How did it work though that you were in another trailer and then you moved into this bigger trailer with the two families?
Because we were living at a place, and they got sold the property. And they kicked everybody off the land.
So was this a trailer park that
I guess you could call it a trailer park.
who's everybody? What is it like? What does this land look like? What is who's living in there before
Well, there's
people
like a
get
big
kicked out?
single family house. There's a bunch of little
Oh
duplexes
yeah.
and little tiny houses. A couple of
So
trailers.
are you living in a trailer at this point?
No, I was in a duplex.
Why did they kick you out? And how long are you living there before they kick you out?
Year or two.
Who was the family in the big house, and what is it like living in the duplex when you're looking at the big house? Are you like jealous of the big house?
Well, the thing is, I at one point in my life I had lived in the big house.
Really?
Back in like 97, 98, I had lived there.
Explain the chronology. Tell me. So you first live in the big house, then you live in the duplex, then you live in a trailer, and it's all in the same sort of property.
Yeah.
So that's the trajectory. How do you start at the big house? What's the big house like? Who lives in the big house?
Just me and my family. Back in 98, 97.
Is it just you and your dad, or is it you and your dad and your mom at this point?
All three of us.
Okay. So you and your dad and your mom, where did you start off? Where did you move from to get to the big house?
We moved from a hotel room to the big house.
Are you happy about this move to the big house?
Well, it was nice having more room.
What is it like? And it's you and another family. What is it like living in the big house?
Well, I never lived in the big house with another family.
Oh, so it's just you, your mom, and your dad in the big house?
Yeah.
Why did you get the big house, and what is it like in the big house?
I mean, it was pretty nice.
Is it the nicest house you've been in?
Nah.
Is it the biggest?
Nah.
What is the biggest house you've been in?
Probably the one I live in now.
This house is even bigger than the big house.
Yeah.
How many stories is the big house?
Just one.
So it's not really that big of a house. It's just big in
Well, it was a
comparison.
house compared to everything else around it.
So you start off in the big house, you move to a duplex, and then you end up in a trailer.
No, we moved back in '98. We moved from there to the house that got demolished,
Okay.
and then I go live
Which
with my
I remember you saying
grandmother.
is your favorite house. The house that got demolished was your favorite house, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and then after you move from the house that got demolished, you're just with your mother where?
with my grandmother.
How do you move back into this trailer park? How does that happen?
I would go live with my dad, and that just happened to be where he was living.
Okay, so this is after you got kicked out of your grandmother's house. You go move back to your dad, and he's still there. Was he there the whole time?
Yeah,
And he's living in the duplex the whole time?
yeah,
Well, did he? So he went back there after the house that got demolished. He just went right back there
yeah.
because you had moved. You had moved away from the trailer park with a big house to the other house that got demolished, and then I guess your parents split up at that house that got. When did they split up in terms of the house that gets demolished? I mean, is
Oh,
it at
probably
the
a
same
year
time?
before, I think.
So what's happening? You're at the house that got demolished that turned into a freeway. But what's happening in terms of your parents' marriage at that house? When does the parents' marriage break up? Who moves out? And how
Oh,
much
my
longer are
dad
you
went to
there?
go look for work in Texas.
So he leaves about a year before you move out, and he goes to
Yeah.
Texas. So he goes to Texas. What happens that you move out? The government says we're going to make this into a freeway.
Basically.
So you move into your grandma's house with your mom, and then blah blah blah. Eventually, you get kicked out, slash you move out, and you go back with your dad, and now he's once again living in Holiday, Florida,
No,
at the
no, he
same.
wasn't living in Holiday.
Where's he living?
This was back on Lake Tarpon.
So the house, the trailer park with the big house wasn't Holiday.
No.
Oh, okay. Where was Holiday? Didn't you just
Holiday
describe
came after Tarpon.
Okay, so the trailer park with the big house was at Tarpon.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's back at the trailer park with the big house. He came back from Texas. Was there nothing in Texas?
Basically.
So he's back there. You move back with him, and now you're in the duplex. Or are you in the trailer?
I'm in the duplex.
What happens that you go from the duplex to the trailer?
The property got sold and they kicked everybody off.
So are you still so are you in the same place in the trailer as you were with the big house and the duplex? Or is it like a different thing completely?
Different thing completely.
Is it in Tarpon?
No, this is we went from Tarpon to Holiday.
Oh, so the trailer that you got electrocuted in was not connected to the big house and the duplex whatsoever.
No.
But it's the next move. Okay, so you get kicked out because they sold it. Do you know what happened to that property or what it is today?
It's like condos.
Wow, so it's more of the rich kicking out the poor. What do you feel about that, King?
That sucks.
So now you move from Tarpon to Holiday. You're in the trailer. What happens that you get electrocuted?
I was just in the bathroom washing my hands, and it was dark. I was trying to turn on the light, and I just stuck my finger in there, and bzz,
Did you scream?
maybe.
Do you remember your dad being like, "Shut up, Ben"?
Pretty much.
What did your dad call you? Did he call you Ben?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? His name is Ben too. It's like he's addressing you by his own name. Did you ever talk to your dad about the fact that you and him had the same name?
Not really.
What is life like in Holiday, in the trailer?
It fucking sucked.
Is it the worst point?
I don't know. It was pretty low.
Do you go back to Tarpon after Holiday, or have you never returned to Tarpon?
I've been there once or twice to visit.
But you never lived there ever again after you left that.
There's nowhere to really live. It's just those fucking apartments.
How do you feel? And if I remember correctly, it's Tarpon Springs, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you feel today about Tarpon Springs?
I mean, I still think it's a good area.
Is it home, or is Tampa home, or is Holiday home? Where's home?
And home was kind of demolished for a freeway.
Where was that? What town was that place in?
That
That
was in
house.
Tampa.
That was in Tampa. So it was Tarpon, Tampa, Tarpon, Holiday. Tampa. Maybe that was too much. What about soap? What are your feelings about soap?
I think Dawn dish soap can clean just about anything.
What about soap like bars of soap or soap you use in the shower?
I'm not a fan of bar soap.
You prefer body wash.
Yeah.
Do you use shampoo as a body wash alternative? Do you just use the shampoo?
Yeah, sometimes.
How often does Casper King shower?
I refuse to answer this question.
I know that. I feel like I know the answer, and I
what's
know
your
I
What's
guess.
your answer?
I think I remember once when you were talking about living with Krusty. Krusty said we have to get you showering. I think his answer was every other week or once a week. I think Casket probably showers a handful per year.
Yeah, that's about right.
I might even say twice per year, but I'll say a handful. So it's interesting that the first idea of your mind goes to dish soap. Do you think that you've been sort of programmed by the Dawn dish soap company? Remember those commercials where it was like there was all the oil spills and there's little ducks with
Well, I
oil and
figure
it's
if
like,
they can
oh,
get oil off a little duck, they can clean my filthy ass.
right. They clean the little ducks with the oil. In conclusion, what are your thoughts on Tarpon Springs?
I think it's a great area to visit. Uh, it's not what it used to be.
Is there a place for the underprivileged anymore?
I have no idea.
Do you think that you could have your same childhood of moving to very low income areas in Florida over and over and over again all around Florida. Do you think that it exists anymore, or has Florida sort of priced you out?
I don't know. Things have been getting more and more expensive every year.
I feel like Casket as a child, I don't think Casket's family would have ever moved to Florida if it were the today. If they had you in Texas today, I don't think they ever would have moved to Florida. Maybe they moved to a really low income area like West Virginia or something. But I think it doesn't exist anymore. And I think all of these houses turned into higher income houses. It's just a sign of that. I mean, it seems like everywhere you lived, you couldn't afford to live anymore.
Uh-huh.
So, what do you say? What's your final message to the state of Florida and to the State of the Union, to the United States? Do you say, get your priorities back on track? You're not taking care of your most underprivileged citizens.
Yeah.
Well, that says it, folks. This has been the Casket. This has been the Casket YouTube video. Please, please offer any topics you will about what we should discuss in the new
Yeah,
Casket
we'll
YouTube.
talk about it.
We hope Krusty returns. But outside of that, we have discussed light switches, I guess, and soap. And we, as you've seen, we can move around. But yes, I've been historian, and I've been
This
with
has been
Casket.
Casket.
And together we say goodbye.
Goodbye.